because I had an older brother, I was in a hurry to grow up. I've been in a hurry to graduate from college and start my career. I've always observed the rest of music, but avoided them in my own life.
Mrs. Ashley, Mary just isn't sleeping enough. Well, you know how she's always been such a night owl. She loves to read her romance novels and stay up till the wee hours watching movies. In my mind, she just doesn't get enough rest.
MS taught me the necessity of rest. Just as a rest in music is a crucial for sound and rhythm, one must also rest to produce the music of life. I entered a new existence, and for a while, it was just that, an existence, not a life. I was coping with my disease, but my soul longed for the joy that I had known as a pianist.
I'll be honest, too. It is painful to watch her during the church services. She so wants to play the piano, but it just isn't possible.
I finally came to know God without the piano. I was so grateful for the change. I never thought my spiritual experiences, my relationship with God could be richer than the relationship I had with Him when I played the piano. But through this, I arrived at a deeper understanding of His love. It was as though He was telling me that I didn't have to earn His love through my playing. After I arrived at a peace about all this, not to say that I didn't miss the piano, because I will always miss that. An interesting opportunity presented itself. My church's music minister called me on Sunday afternoon and asked to meet with me.
Marion, I know the Lord has a place for you to use your gifts. You are a talented musician. We have a top-notch collection of handbells we haven't used in about 20 years. Would you consider reviving our handbell choir and serving it as its director?
Even before I had MS, I would have never in a million years thought of myself as a handbell choir director. But I made flyers advertising the rejuvenation of the choir, and 11 women and 1 man attended our first rehearsal. Poor Mr. Campbell, his wife couldn't drive, so he ended up being volunteered for everything she wanted to do.
You know, Myrna, I've watched Marion grow up in this church, and it has just broken my heart to watch her deteriorate to the point where she can't play the piano anymore. I pray that she'll work out as a director, and that she'll love it.
Seems to me like she's taking the handbell directing like a duck to water. And my word, how she inspires folks, especially the young people in our church. Do y'all remember last week's practice when we were playing through that piece and Marion shouted, B flat, where's the B flat? That girl had perfect pitch. She knew Mr. Campbell had missed his cue. What amazes me is when we're playing the piece and we've got bells going on and so forth, well, Marion, she'll pick up bells and we can't and start directing it with her left hand and start directing with her closed right hand.
You know, sometimes I get depressed because I am. Well, I'm an old woman and I get mad because I don't walk as fast as I used to or see as well as I used to. But then I think about Marion, directing with her folded hand and ringing the bell with her left hand, and I realize that I can keep going because God will give me the strength, just like He gives me.
Take my hands and let them move at the impulse of thy love.
One of my strengths, one of the life lessons I